Hello, my good people. Once again, I am Comfort and I am back with our inspirations now. It is very important that you get, a dose of inspiration, that you get a dose of motivation on a daily basis, because life is full of ups and downs. So much keeps happening. And as a result of that, some of us, lose our direction. Some of us lose the motivation. Some of us lose the hope to even go or carry on one extra day, which is why we are here, Thrive with Comfort, to see that you become the better version of who you are supposed to be, to see that you use your full potential, you utilize what God has put within you. We've been looking at, our mindset change, how it is important for you to have the positive attitude and all that. So in our new series, we are going to be looking at self-discovery. Yeah. So what is self-discovery? What comes to your mind when you hear the word self-discovery? First of all, there is self. Self is you. Self is me. And then we have discovery. Now, discovery is finding. Yeah. So we are going to be looking at finding ourselves. Yeah. I want to pose the question. Do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? Who we are, in most cases, this is a question that is asked in so many places. When you meet someone for the very first time, they will ask, who are you? When maybe you're going for an interview, they will tell you, tell us about yourself. Even maybe when you're making a new friend, your friend might want to know more about you, or even you wanting to know more about the person, and you will ask them who they are. Unfortunately, many of us do not know who we are, unfortunately, and it is so sad that so many of us cannot accurately put forth who we are. So that is what we are going to be looking at, because finding your true identity, knowing who you really are, is like a game changer. It is the beginning of a life shift. But by the time you get to know who you are, things are going to change. And they're going to change for the better. They're going to be in your favor. So that is what I want us to look at. Over the years that I have been into coaching, that I've been into mentorship, I've met quite a number of young people, youths. And one of the challenges that they normally face is that of identity crisis, not knowing who they are. I have been able to, have counseling sessions with youth, even big people, old people. I've been able to have counseling sessions with them. But by the time you get into the root cause of their challenges, you realize it is a problem of identity crisis. They do not know who they are, and that affects them so much that gets them or puts them in a situation whereby they're full of doubt, they have the imposter syndrome and what have you. So it is very important that you, as a child of God, get to know who you are. So if someone is to ask me, Comfort, who are you? I'll first of all, I'll tell them, I am a child of God. I am a mother. I am a wife. I'm a journalist. I am a coach. I am a mentor. I am a counselor. So many, right? But there is a basis of where all this starts from. It starts from me identifying that I am a child of God. Before I am anything, I am a child of God. And that is what you need to know. That before anything else, you are a child of God. That, when you get to know who you are, the game is going to change. How you are able to react to someone, or how you're able to relate with other people, is going to change. How you face challenges and trials is going to change, because you know who you are. So it is very important that you get to know that. I want to give a scenario. Do you know, it's so common that we find ourselves telling people that the gamba nogus, I'm a gamba nogu. Oh, who is your gamba nogu? But my gamba nogu is God. And how proud someone feels knowing that, okay, I am doing this, but there's nothing you're going to do to me, because at the end of the day, even if you hold me, even if maybe you're going to take me to court, I have someone that is going to defend me. That is earthly. Now, as Comfort, I know that no matter the situation, I have God on my side. He is just one call away. I just have to let him know that I need him, and things are going to change for my favor. That is where the game is going to change. So it is the same for you. Maybe you're struggling right now and you feel you do not deserve to be in a certain position, and you feel you do not deserve maybe to get married. You feel you do not deserve a child. You feel you do not deserve that job promotion or whatever it is. Ask yourself, who am I? You are a child of God. I am a child of God. And as a child of God, everything is at my disposal, because the God that I'm talking about, who is my Father, is the owner of heaven and earth. Everything belongs to him, silver and gold, all. So that means I am only worthy of all the good things that might come my way. But the game is going to change for you when you get to know who you are. Some of us, put our identity, we attach our identity to temporary things. Now, these temporary things are going to get us into depression. They're going to get us into anxiety at one time. Because, recently I got someone that came to me. They needed advice. Yeah, they were struggling with something at their job, at her workplace. She had been replaced by someone else. Yeah, so she came to me. She felt her world was coming to an end. When she called me, the call was an intense one. She told me, Comfort, I feel so devastated. I feel I am better off dead. So I was like, okay, you're better off dead. Okay. So I asked her, you know what, can you get time, come over, let's have a meeting. Let's see how I can be able to help you. So when she came to me, I gave her the listening ear. I was like, it's okay now. Talk to me. What is the matter? And she went ahead and told me how she was laid off, not actually being laid off, but she was replaced, and in her position, a different person was put. She was somehow like, demoted. Yeah. So she felt her world had come to an end. So I asked her, okay, first of all, you have been demoted. Okay, that is, it's expected, because, this is not your job. It's not your company. You're just employed. And if you are replaced, probably there should be a reason. So I asked her, did you get down to the bottom of all this? But before we got to that, I asked her, okay, so how are you feeling right now, and why do you feel the way you're feeling? And she told me, I feel my life is useless right now. I feel I don't even deserve to be in that company anymore because I am incompetent. Because for her, her mind told her by the time she was replaced, that means she is incompetent. So I told her, what makes you feel you are incompetent? And she tells me, because she was replaced by someone else. Yeah. Okay, we've been looking at mindset and attitude. We looked at the fixed mindset. We looked at the, growth mindset. Now, this lady, when she came to me, I was so quick to realize that she has a fixed mindset. For her, she did not look at the fact that she had been replaced as something positive. She looked at it from the negative side of it, and that was defining who she was. She thought of herself as incompetent. She thought of herself as stupid. She thought of herself as, unworthy, as, one that had no value because of that one position. Now, why am I sharing this story? So many of us are attaching our identity to temporary things. So many of us think that we are because we are the managing directors. We think that we are because we are the elders. We think that we are because we are working with a certain company. Now, the bad news is that tomorrow you might wake up when you are no longer with that company. Will that make you less of a human being? No. Will that mean that you are, incompetent? Will that mean that you are useless? No. This is just something temporal that is going to move away. So as we are looking at defining our identity, as we are looking at self-discovery, we need to know that as we are discovering ourselves, as we are getting to know who we truly are, we should not base our identity on the things that are temporary, but we should look at our identity from the positive side, from the Bible perspective. What does God say about me? Who does God think I am? The Bible says that we are created in God's image. The same Bible tells us that God cares about us. The same Bible tells us that we are God's children, that we are a chosen generation. Yeah, we are set apart. That is what the Bible tells us about our identity. But because we find ourselves, basing or describing who we are based on the world standard of identity, we find ourselves in anxiety. We find ourselves in pain. We find ourselves in isolation. We find ourselves useless because the world says if you do not drive, then that means you are unsuccessful. Because the world says that if you are not maybe married to a rich man, then your marriage is not going to be happy, because the marriage says, the world says that if you as an individual are not in a specific place, then that means you are not worthy, that you are not supposed to talk if you're not of a certain status. But that is not what the Bible says. Unfortunately, many of us have accepted the world's standard of who we are. We are not looking at what the Bible says we are, and that has got us into situations whereby we are miserable. It has gotten us into situations whereby we are no longer even serving God the way we ought to serve him, because you feel, oh, I don't have clothes to be changing to go to church, or you feel, oh, I am not driving, so I cannot be of help to the church, that I cannot say certain things. But that is not what the Bible expects of you. That is not what the Bible expects of me. So as a child of God, it is very, very important that you work on your self-identity, that you get to know who you are. Together, we are going to be walking this journey of self-discovery. In our next episode, we are going to look at what is that one thing, or what are those things that you can do to help you with discovering yourself, to help you with knowing where your true identity must be coming from. I am Comfort, and I'm excited to be with you. Thank you so much for tuning on, and remember, you can support the work of Hope Channel Uganda by giving us a donation. Go to our website. You'll be able to see how you can donate towards Hope Channel. You can also tell someone about the good news of Hope Channel. Together, let us bridge the together let us see that we take hope to all the corners of the world. We are bridging